So today in my YouTube feed, I got a new dress. Ignore the towel, but this dress has pockets. My tripod's being funny again. We're also in a new location, so that's fun. But today in my YouTube feed, the announcement of Whateverathon 2, which is a readathon. Normally I don't do readathons because they don't add up with timelines. I've been working, I'm in school, whatever. But I'm out of school and this one's a month long and you can kind of just do your own thing. It's whatever you want, hence the name of Whateverathon. With that said, there is a bingo board for this and there's other ways to gain points, but one of the ways to gain points is to do this bingo board. So I have all the prompts written down and we are going to choose books. So for my goal for my overall goal for the month for the entire readathon is 12 books. But I thought 12 books would be a good goal for the month because it's like almost a book every 2 days and I have some shorter stuff I want to read and audiobooks. So there's some things I've already chosen that's for the bingo board that I will show you. But there's a lot of stuff that I kind of have to figure out. I chose to be on the TBR Travelers because the color palette looked the prettiest. But it turns out that's like the fantasy team and I detest fantasy novels. And the girl who's hosting this was explaining the bingo boards and one of the ones for this team is a portal fantasy and she goes, that's self-explanatory, and moved on. I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. So we're gonna take it easy here. So first of all, a TBR veteran. So book that I've had for a long time. Now we gotta move my souvenir jar into family photo. You're not important right now. Now this could be a variety of things. There's a lot of stuff I've had for a while. A lot of this stuff was from like the same order. I'm gonna go with aftercare instructions because I think it's very important given, sorry, this does another prompt. Oh, also I want to pick 12 books. And 12 books I'm hoping will cover the entire bingo board. Doubt it. And I'll probably read more than 12, especially if I'm doing audio, and there's no way I'm reading a fantasy with my eyes, so all the fantasy will be with audio. But I thought this book is about abortion access and a girl finding out that she is pregnant and needing to go across state lines to get an abortion. And obviously with everything going on in the States right now, I've been wanting to read this for a while, but I think that this is a really important thing to read right now. But apparently there's sections of this that's in like play format. So that also does another prompt that I will get to it when we get to. But so for TBR Veteran, I've probably had this for, oh goodness, I don't really watch Chelsea Dolan Reads much anymore. But I got this recommendation from her and that must have been before the pandemic. So like 2019. So I've had this for about 3 years. So that's what we're gonna do for that. Okay, so the next prompt is the an of a and, which means you have to have any book that has an of a or and in the title. For this, I have two options. He Wanted the Moon, The Madness and Medical Genius of Dr. Perry Bard and his daughter's quest to know him. Yes, genius of. I was like, whoa, that's still not. And. This says of and. So this is an option. This is a really short, where it's like 200 pages, just over. Nonfiction that I've been really interested in. I tried to start it, but nonfiction is like hard for me. So I technically have one more option, but I've already started it, so I'm not going to count that because I'm hoping I'll finish it before this starts in June. And then my other option is The Female of the Species. So I think for right now, I'm going to choose, I'm probably going to do some nonfiction and stuff on audio like I normally do. but this is going to be really heavy fiction, really like heavy fantasy. So I think I'm going to go with this one. He Wanted the Moon. And yes, I'm counting it with the subtitle because we can count anything we want. This is Whateverathon. I do have another option, but I'm also completing it for a different prompt. So we'll see if I get to 12 books. And if I'm at 13 books, I'll take this one off and just count the other one until I go to repeat the bingo board. And then I'll have like a secondary TBR. I have a lot more, so I had a lot more books at home in our basement, and then our basement flooded, so I actually lost a lot of the books I had, because I'm in my college apartment. So yeah, so I'm not, I have a wider selection, but I lost quite a few of them. Okay, so under 300 pages I've already selected, and it's We Can't Ever Do This Again, which is a poetry book, and I've been told it's Canadian. It's poetry, and apparently it's one of those fictional poetry books where it's like following its own story, kind of like the Poet X, but much shorter, and it's about a blind boy, I believe. So I'm very excited for this. Okay, next. Cozy reading time is just it's a non-book prompt. You can just do it whenever with whatever. So I'll just do that whenever with whatever. Recently haul I've already chosen, and they also give you points for like diversity and stuff, but also just because like it's good to read diversely. I'm going to read Indian Horse, because I got this in this is technically my second most recent hauled book, with the other one being The Color Purple, which I might get around to this readathon too. We'll see how ambitious. But I'm going to read this one for recently hauled. Very excited. Well, not excited, it's a sad book, but I'm gonna do that one. Okay, so color on the cover. This one might end up being the one for that, but no, actually I lied. It's a different one. So this one you have to like do a random color generator or like ask a friend. So I texted my best friend and said, hey, can you give me a color? She said yellow. So I think for this one, we're gonna go with This Little Light of Mine, and you can see there's yellow on it. This is also about reproductive rights and feminism, and it's a dystopian novel. So this will actually fill me in for another less read genre, because I do not read dystopian novels, but this one is like not like super, sadly it's not super dystopian. It's in like 2023. You know what, it's quite realistic. Not This Little Light of Mine, just This Little Light. I'm a Liar. Okay, so on a previous TBR, I have chosen To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, I don't really do TBRs, but this was one of the options we were given in 10th grade, as I already explained in a different video, to be allowed to read. Oh, I mean, we were allowed to read whatever, but like for assigned reading for classwork, this was one of the options, and I did not pick it. So was Indian Horse. So technically, these both fill the same thing. And a book can fill multiple, and multiples can be filled, but you can't have the same bingo again until you complete the whole chord. It's a thing. But they both fill different prompts, and you still get points for your prompts. Anyway, but I'm going to read To Kill a Mockingbird. So join the 24-hour readathon. It's the second week of June, they think, and I'll just join in with that. So next is Portal Fantasy, and I got to figure out what that is. We'll come back to that. Favorite genre. Now this one's hard, because I guess my favorite genre would be LGBTQ plus, like, young adult. And I really only have 2 of those on my shelves right now. So I think I'm gonna go with, that's difficult. I'm trying to read stuff I already have. I'll go with this one. I'm gonna go with We Contain Multitudes. I don't know what this is about. It was on sale. And I heard it might be good. This one also has letters in it, I think I just saw. So this also completes the other prompt of like different ways of telling stuff. Guilt-free activities, just go do something that's either avoiding reading or avoiding whatever, guilt-free. Adventure or quest. Now, if I really wanted to bend the rules, I would do Building the Orange Wave, which is about the Orange Wave when the NDP won the official opposition in 2011. Because I would say that's an adventure, but I don't think I can push it that far. Wilderness tips. Okay, but there is at least one short story in here that is in like set like camping, and I'm going to count that as an adventure because I literally cannot do any more fantasy than the two that are so clearly fantasy already. Okay, different format. I already said aftercare instructions, and we contain multitudes. One word title. So for this one, I can do Emancipated or I can do Sadie, which I think this one is also told in a different format. Because it's a podcast book. But I also feel like I'm, like, because this is heavy, this is about a girl being murdered, I have a feeling I might need a little lightness. So I think I'm going to go with Emancipated. It's just like classic, fluffy YA stuff. Done. Did. Wonderful. Okay. A host favorite. I need to go back and look at the thing. So I'm going to search up what Portal Fantasy is. And I'm going to do that. And then I will be back to say what I did for those. Join sprints. I just need to join whoever, whenever. Continue a series. This duology, I kind of started this one already, but I don't remember it. I would have to go back and restart. This is the second in a series. The first one is The Best Laid Plans. Amazing book. This one was also really good. I stopped reading it because I just lost interest in reading. But I'm going to put this one down for that because that's a sequel. Okay, so this one gets tricky. So this one's going to be TBD because this is last letter, first letter. So say I read The High Road and then I wanted my next book to complete this prompt, it would need to start with a D. So I'm gonna have to think about that and do that one periodically. So the next one is, it has to have the letters G, P, and S on the cover. How many books are we at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need 2 more. The female of the species. I don't know how the alphabet works. G, right there, P, and S. Boom, done, did it. So poll is like, just put a poll somewhere and let them pick your book, either like one from your TBR already or like pick a new one. Less read genre, I'm gonna switch this actually. I had originally had Tenders the Flesh, but I have numerous here, I think. I have a classic, obviously. I have nonfiction. And then, but I have a dystopian novel, so I'm going to put the dystopian one for that. So, This Little Light. Originally I had Tenders the Flesh that I was going to listen to on audio, but I realized that might not be a good idea. So, the next one is a middle grade. And here's where the issues start. Okay, middle grade. I don't read middle grade. I don't have middle grade. I have political philosophy. Do not have middle grade. So that's going to be one that I need to research and pick from there. 2021 release. Tenders the Flesh would count. Yeah. What I might do for middle grade is I might just go to like the thrift store and just buy a kid's book. Not that, adults can read middle grade and whatever they want to read. Everyone can read whatever they want to read, guys. Let's normalize it. Yeah, because I absolutely do not have any of those. And the next one is a 2021 release. I have yet to decide that. We'll have to pause this and then I will have to pause this, and then with the Portal Fantasy I choose and the middle grade I choose, and what else did I skip? Host fave. I will figure that one out. At least that one should be a quick read. The middle grade should be, and then the 2021 release I'll figure out. And then complete the personal goal. I put finish the reading goal. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we need one more book, and then I will have like a full TBR for my reading goal. So I'm going to pause this, and I'll come back with whatever Portal Fantasy is, a middle grade, a 2021 release, and a host fave. I'll be back. I'm back. Okay, so we're starting with the end of the page because I'm there. So for middle grade, I decided I was going to try the Spiderwick Chronicles. I read like a few pages of some of them when I was younger, but they're quick, they're easy, I know I'll enjoy them. I saw other people rereading them and I'm like, I should reread them. Not that I ever finished any of them. And for a 2021 release, which I'm getting Spiderwick from my library. And for a 2021 release, I'm going to butcher the name. Tanina and Other Unseen Ones by Norma Dunning. I'm getting that from the library, and that is in Nook Stories, and it's 6 short stories, and I'm very interested. Once again, diverse reading, so that's good. My laptop sounds like it's about to explode. Don't even worry about it. It hasn't worked this hard in a while. Host fave, I've decided, I'd finally given to the hype. I didn't love Confess by Colleen Hoover. I gave it 3 stars. I don't like books that like tease rape and sexual assault, especially if there's not trigger warnings in the book. Just a thing. But I decided book talk. One of the host favorites is It Ends With Us. So that's what we're going to do, and I found the audiobook on Script, and I can listen to a romance audiobook in like half a day, so it's not an issue there, which that puts us at 14 books, so we're already over. And then for Portal Fantasy, I went with Every Heart a Doorway, which once again is on Script, and I can listen to it. And I love Books and Lala, and she loves the series. So that's why I decided to go with that. So, to wrap up, without giving prompts and stuff, my TBR for the Whateverathon is Every Heart a Doorway by Sean McGuire, Spiderwick Chronicles, don't remember the author, but the first one, Field Guide. Once again, I'm going to butcher it. Tinana by Norma Dunning. And what was the other one? Oh, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. And those are all my ones that I don't have here. And the ones I have here, The Female of the Species by Mindy McGinnis. I have pronunciation issues, and that's why I never say author's name. The High Road by Terry Fallis. Emancipated by M.G. Reyes. Wilderness Tips by Margaret Atwood. To Kill a Mockingbird, Harper Lee. We Contain Multitudes by Sarah Henstra. This Little Light by Lori Linsence. See, this is a fun game. Indian Horse by Richard Wagnese. I feel bad. I've heard that one 1,000 times. I still can't do it. We Can't Ever Do This Again by Amber Macmillan. He Wanted the Moon, The Madness and Medical Genius of Dr. Perry Baird and His Daughter's Quest to Know Him by Mimi Baird. So that's fun. And last but not least, Aftercare Instructions by Bonnie Pipkin. And that's my TBR for the Whateverathon. Wish me luck. And it turns out to be 11 plus 4. 15. Whoa. 15 books in all. So I should be able to complete. If I complete the bingo board, I've completed my book goal. So that is what I will be reading all June long. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to have to find the audiobooks for some of these. Because no shot. Anyway, I will see you guys whenever I post again. Bye.